said in the other video, you don't really want to UV map this stuff unless you absolutely have to. Use a procedural texture instead, and maybe create a UV map just for this part, for example, that you can project your logo onto that one, which will create no stretching whatsoever. So it's just easier. The way to do that, of course, is just to go for a new one, and not automatic but manual, say 0, 0, for example, 1 and 1 to keep the aspect, and click create. We'll create something like this. We'll have to scale it though. So this is what it looks like in layout. Not sure if I should say too much. I mean, I got the bump map here. Those are the settings. I think this is some RenderMan procedural, but you could use turbulence also, for example. But anyway, so after you've done that, you'll either do it here or you do it in the nodes by hooking it into the bump here to so yeah, you'll add the image node, nothing to it really. I thought I had to have a 16-bit image in order for the PNG to be transparent, but it actually does work in 8-bit also. Oh wow. VPR can crash at times. Uncool. Remember that you gotta have a color input here. If you don't have a color input, then it'll be black, the default color. And the PNG keeps the transparency, so that's cool. I made it look older by using a RenderMan flow noise procedural into the opacity. Yeah, just changed the color a bit on the logo, made it a bit darker with the color tool. So yeah, you can see it blends nicely. There was one thing back in the days, you had F prime and you could like zoom in on that area, which was pretty cool. There's a hack, kind of. It's not that sexy, but you kind of can do it. What you do here is you simply change the focal length, and that will zoom in on an area. It's not the same, but sometimes I do that. Instead of moving the camera. So that's the way I would go about it if you create something like this. Use a bump map procedural and then blend in some kind of PNG image. Turns out the PNG image could be both 8-bit and 16-bit. You probably want to, instead of having the bump map here, you probably want to add it in the nodes editor instead. But anyways, I was just testing, so. Yeah, you can see, by the way, that a bump map and a normal map in Lightwave doesn't have a very neat look, but we don't have micro displacement, so we'll have to deal with that. Also, this is Lightwave 11. I would highly recommend that you use Lightwave 2024 or something like that for rendering this kind of stuff.